Hi guys, good evening. I hope everyone's doing fine. It's a really nice day. Today I want to talk about a movie that was never released and it never went to cinema. Nobody saw it. But when it was announced, it was a really big movie. It was one of the biggest projects ever. And Mel Gibson will direct the movie and Leonardo Dicaprio will star as a lead role in the movie. And the movie was called Berserker. And it was about a Viking drama. Let's go back to 2009. Mel Gibson was one of the best directors working in Hollywood that year. He had previously worked on the movies Apocalypto, The Man Without a Face, Braveheart, and The Passion of the Christ. And he was one of the biggest actors and one of the best bankable actors working that day. And he was a really good director. He always directed good movies, except for Flight Risk, a movie which was released this year. But it is a flop. It was not a good movie at all. But Hacksaw Ridge, a movie he made in 2016, that was an epic movie. But let's go back to 2009. Leonardo DiCaprio, one of the best actors alive, one of the biggest names, would make that movie with Mel Gibson. And you have to know that Mel Gibson and Leonardo DiCaprio are one of my favorite actors. I think they are really great, and Mel Gibson is one of my favorite directors. So I have a lot of DVDs and VHS tapes of the actors, like Total Eclipse is a movie from 1995, which is starring David Thewlis and Leonardo DiCaprio. And it's 30 years old and it's a really great movie. It's really underrated. So go check that movie, guys. And I have in my hand Apocalypto. And Apocalypto is an underrated movie from Mel Gibson from the year 2006. Also a really good movie. And Mel Gibson proved that he was a really good director. But then it went to 2010, a year later, and Mel Gibson was abusive. He discriminated. He was reported discriminating black people, people with color, homophobic reaction. So discrimination to gay people and people who are Jewish. So Mel Gibson, he had not a good reputation, so Mel Gibson was blacklisted. And Leonardo DiCaprio doesn't want to associate with Mel Gibson because Leonardo DiCaprio has a really clean reputation. He has a really good reputation in America, in Hollywood, because he is one of the best actors alive, and he is also a really nice person, and also good with journalists, with other people. He's a really kind guy. And Mel Gibson, he is like the bad dream of Hollywood. He is like the sucker, the bad person, the bad guy. And now, 16 years later, so I was talking about 2009, but now we live in 2025, and Mel Gibson has a really good reputation, and he makes a lot of good movies like Hacksaw Ridge, On the Line, Boss Level, and Flight Risk was a bad movie, but yeah, that's possible. You don't always make good movies. But yeah, it's a shame that movie with Leonardo DiCaprio in the lead role and directed by Mel Gibson in 2009, Berserker, a Viking drama, which is a really big subject because Viking movies, they are also always awesome and epic, like The Northman. But then you have a movie possible with Leonardo DiCaprio in the lead role as a Viking. Whoa, that would be awesome! But it never went to real life, and it's such a shame. And yeah, it will be one of the best movies ever. I'm really convinced that it was one of the best movies ever, because Leonardo DiCaprio and Mel Gibson were one of the biggest names of Hollywood that year, 2009. But it never went to reality. It's a shame. But I just want to talk about it, and I don't know if you knew this. I don't know if you knew this was happening in 2009, but it was a really big subject, It was a really big project, and a lot of people were talking about Mel Gibson, who is working with Leonardo DiCaprio. But then the news came that Mel Gibson was abusive and he was discriminating people. And yeah, I think it's such a shame. It will be a really good movie, but yeah, Leonardo DiCaprio doesn't want to associate with Mel Gibson. He wants nothing to do with Mel Gibson. So, but Mel Gibson, guys, if you are bored tonight, if you want to see a good movie, go watch the movie Apocalypto, because it's a really great adventure movie, and it's a historic movie. So you can learn a lot of that movie. But thanks for watching, guys. I hope you all have a really nice evening, and see you on the next video. Bye bye. Ciao ciao.